Hey yo, it's your boy Los.
All I have was Jesus and the family.
Yeah, I said I had the wrong religion. Then they said I made the wrong decision. I came this far, still I'm on a mission. Still I stand behind the bars, kinda like I gone to prison. I got a vision, I listen, my savior gonna risk it. My God is still upon the throne when you wanna diss him. The old me is dead and gone, I ain't gonna miss him. My God had to subtract, just like it's long division. Yeah, they still think I'm kinda odd. Part-time rapper, I'm a full-time man of God. You see the rock that I'm standing on, all you ever see is the green like it's camouflage. I got a team and we standing strong. One hand I owe, another hand of God. Been through it all, I ain't playing to fall. Plus he guides my every move, like the dude in Avatar. And all I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. And y'all ain't understand me, I ain't had a plan B. And all I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. All I had is Jesus and the family. I ain't got a plan B now. Say that God is in the details. I say that God is taking 3 nails. Paid it all up on the cross when he prevailed. When the devil had me lying down, but he failed. What you see here, I'm just an eyewitness. So I'm running back to him like the line of scrimmage. You can't tell me now that I'm finished. But you missed the balls, kinda like a blind gymnast. Blind gymnast, man, you can't see. I rock it tighter than your pants feet. So if I'm silent and I can't speak, I be speaking all up in my ears like a hands-free. You can slam me, ban me, all I ever got was this. Never had a plan B. I got no limits to his plans B. All I ever had, that was Jesus and the family.
Alright, so as you can see, we're talking today about the legendary, and I'm gonna say legendary. I don't use that loosely, but you gotta give respect where respect is due. So I'm gonna say the legendary Kj-52, and he's with this producer named PoetiCS. Now, a couple of things. One, I don't think I've ever heard of PoetiCS. I'm not saying that I haven't, not saying he's not dope. I'm just saying I don't think I've ever heard. He has a great little little call tag, I think is what it's called, whatever it's called, where basically, you know, right before the beat kicks in, his little saying comes in, so you know that he's on the beat. And I don't think I've ever heard that before. I'm not sure. But nevertheless, he seems to be a dope producer. So I have I'm starting to have respect for him in this area. But it seems to be a thing lately, right? So we see Zaya, the Blacksmith, Quiet Storm. We've seen Derek Minor, and now Kj-52, and I'm sure others as well. Well, yeah, because Kanye and Nas did it, and Black Thought, and so on and so forth with Premier. It seems like the thing to do now is to team up, you know what I'm saying, with a hip-hop artist, team up with a dope producer and do a collaborated type album, which I have no problem with. I'm just noticing it to being different than your producer, and you're kind of quiet in the background and you send me a track or two and then, you know, I spit over it. This is a collaborated situation where, you know what I'm saying, I might send you a track, but we both eat off this, you know what I'm saying, instead of it just being one-sided. And I don't know, I kind of like this new little thing they're doing though. But anyways, that's what seems what happened here. I don't know if they was in the studio together. I don't know if really in the specs of how things popped off. I just know they did an album, doing this album here together. And actually, I kind of want more. If you don't think about Kj-52, Kj-52 came out, you know, years back, caught some flack from VH1 with the whole Dear Slim thing. You know, I don't know. I liked it. I'm a huge Slim Eminem fan as well, but I still, as a believer, I love how Kj-52 came at him. I don't think he disrespectful. I think it was beautifully done, God-honoringly done, if that's a word, done. I feel like it was just, you know, a dope way of expressing himself and presenting the gospel to him. But VH1, I'm sorry, it was MTV, I apologize, MTV kind of, Carson Daly tried to, you know, play it off like he was dissing him. It was weird. But anyways, he got a little flack for that, but I don't think that's never slowed him down or stopped him from, with the hope of, one, I think praying still to this day, probably still praying for him, that for his salvation, not for him to become a Christian rapper, but for his salvation, which is beautiful. And that's also never stopped him as far as an MC as well. I think as time has gone on, he's gotten better. I'm not going to lie and say that I made a statement on my last review with him. If you missed that review, it was on Facebook.com/reformbars. you gotta kind of go to the top and type in hashtag my 2 cents, and there's a bunch of them, but it'll come up. But I said this, and I meant what I said when I said, although I am a fan of Kj-52, I'm getting to his last album he did. I'm trying to remember the name off the top of my head now, but it was cool. The song with Dayton was banging. I think there's a couple more songs that I liked as well, but overall, it's one of the things where I think, it's time to hang it up, homie. Not that you suck or anything like that, far from that, but it's one of the things where, I think, I thought at the time that the time of hip hop has kind of passed him by, and it's time to move on to other things. This album here, I think, made me correct that. It's not an overall dope album. I'm not going to front with you, right? It's not like, oh my gosh, it's going to blaze the summer up, right? But it is a good album, though. I enjoyed his youthfulness. I think we're about the same age, but I still enjoy his youthfulness, his happiness, his joy when it comes to the mic, when it comes to just the Lord as a whole. Kj-52's never been a deep theological rapper. He's never been, give you a sermonette. Although on this album he said he's a pastor. Sorry about that. On this album he did make mention he's a pastor. He's a pastor/rapper, while you guys are rappers/actors. Kind of dope line. He did make mention about that, so I never heard him preach anything like that. But he's never given you that super deep theology, but he's always encouraged you to trust the Lord. He's always encouraged you to rely on God, to look to God for your joy, for your happiness, for your healing, for your wealth, your whatever. It's not a prosperity gospel. I don't believe he's ever been a part of that, but just always trust the Lord, love the Lord, and watch God do magnificent things in your life. And I like that about him. I really do. And so this album here is no different than that, really. I think what makes this album here to me better was, one, his bars were better. Yeah, I think lyrically he came stronger on this one here. My man said something on the lines of "knock you out like Benny Hinn's coat." The context, you got to hear the whole context. I messed it up, but you got to hear the whole context of that verse. It was a dope verse, and that just kind of beautifully came in. And the production, I think, was better on this one here than any before. I'm not sure what it is about this production, because honestly, it'd be straight with you, it does kind of fit the mold of everything that's out now. Even his rap style, and even the everything is, the album as a whole, it does fit the current state of hip hop. That mold, that the Amigos, the 21 Savage style, it does fit that. And so just give you a heads up, like how, it does fit that. But I think for me personally, because I work out, and I said the same thing about Derek Miner's last joint. I think it was Game Time that he did with that one cat. I'm so sorry, I forgot his name. But with that album there, to me, was more so geared not to the Christian per se, but more so to just the everyday cat who works out, or who's in sports, and who plays a game, maybe athlete or whatever, and use it to energize you and pump you up in the gym, right? That's what I got from this album here as well. It's only like, I think, 8 songs, and all 8 songs are geared around getting you hyped, getting you up and jumping, and keeping you steady. For me, keeping that momentum in the gym steady. And I like that. I work out, and I like to, as I drive, I like to visualize things and get visuals of things. And this album definitely helped me with that. The only difference between this one here and Derek Miner is that the Lord was very emphasized in this album. It was very much important for Kj-52 to make sure we knew that, although things have progressed in his life, things have changed, yet he honors the Lord, he loves God, and desires for us to know that he loves God, and desires for those who don't know God to know God and to love God as well. That's a beautiful song. I think it's to his wife. It's called Jim and Pam. It's like the last song on the album. I don't know I thought his name was Noah. I could be mistaken, but so I'm not really sure who Jim and Pam is. I don't know his wife. Never seen a picture of her like that. And so I don't know, it could be about them, but it is a great song just about, I think it's about them because they got boys. But basically it's a song just about, their love and how much fun they have together, which is beautiful to me because, you don't really hear that a lot in hip hop nowadays. You don't really hear a lot of MCs not just bragging on their spouse, but bragging about how much fun they have, man, and how marriage is fun. Now, I'm sure I'm married, been married by God's grace 7 years. So I know there's some fun times, but there's some bad times as well. But it's like you regularly hear people talk about how bad things are in marriage and how rough things are in marriage, as opposed to how beautiful, how God-honoring marriage can be. And so it was beautiful for me just to hear this song here and hear how much he enjoyed his wife and enjoys what they have, and I bless my heart. There's a song here called, I think, Depression Rap or something like that, but definitely Depression, which was beautiful in the sense also because it's funny because you hear Kj-52 and he's really, you know, lively, kidding around, jokey, and all that there. Jokey, yeah. All right, but all that there. And so it's kind of hard to, I don't know, when he did a song about depression, right? And I feel he's coming from a personal place, and he's not just rapping a song. This is something that's probably dear to his heart. It was just kind of hard for me to picture him being depressed, right? Only because of the fact, like I just said, he's jokey, he laughs a lot, he plays around a lot, and this and the third. And so it's kind of like I wouldn't expect him to, you know what I'm saying, have anything to be depressed about. You have a beautiful family, you have a great career, you love the Lord, it's like blah, blah, blah. But then you hear in the song about sometimes things just ain't always great, things ain't always good. And I think it was a good song to bring everything into perspective about, because you have a viewpoint and a thought process of Kj-52, but then you hear this song, it's like, okay, you know what, thank you for giving me a well-balanced outlook on who he is as a person, and I like that. I was trying to think if I can't remember, but the first song, Beast Mode, was cool. Not gonna lie, it was go ahead, man. All right, you can't even hear me. But it was cool. I liked it. What I didn't like about it though, here's the thing, right? If you've never heard Kj-52, right? If you've never had the chance to hear any of his albums or really go to a show or nothing like that, you might have heard like this and that about it, but you never really heard him, right? You hear this album or the first song, Beast Mode, and you may automatically have this thought process like, oh, just a white boy trying to sound black, hang around black folks, making black music, whatever. Why? Because this song here, it to me, it kind of was out of his, not his comfort zone, but just out of his element. It seemed to me like it was opposite of the Kj-52 that I've known, or known through music, of course, but that I've known, that I've come to respect and like. It was a good song. It just was different. Sorry, this was different. Not bad at all. Just a little bit different than what I expect. What I expect from him. Yeah, it's what I believe at that. So, but it's cool. But I can imagine cats who don't know him who could hear that song and just think negative of him. But then again, I might just be with myself in that. The next song, the second song, was one I was thinking about that I forgot the name of. It's called "Go For It," which to me is dope, and it did something that I really enjoy. So, not everybody can ride a dope beat, right? One thing you hear a lot, I hear a lot in hip hop even to this day, man. It bothers the mess out of me, where dudes will have either dope flow and terrible production, or dope production but terrible flows, right? And I felt at the beginning of his verse on this song here and "Go For It," he came in just on the track. As soon as it dropped, like they dropped simultaneously, and it was just a dope timing, and it was just a dope song. I'm not a fan of the features he had on there. 2 features. One of them sounded kind of prideful. Other dude just sounded, kind of whack. First guy was cool, I guess. Second guy was prideful and kind of whack. But I ain't like them dudes. But I think overall it was a dope song though. But it could have been better. He started off his verse just on a dope flow pattern, and then I feel like he kind of shifted and switched it in the middle of that. And like, but my wife would tell you, I was sitting there like, man, I wish you would have just stayed right there. It would have been even doper. But it's whatever. There's a song in here with Dre Murray called "Flex." I used to be a big Dre Murray fan, but then I kind of fell off when he got with "We Walk Like," "We Walk as Kings," or yeah, "We Walk Like Kings," or something like that. I feel like he kind of lost himself in that. Then also the Southern one he did with Alex Fade, kind of lost himself in that. But I feel like on this one here, he kind of came back. I feel like he's kind of found himself, I guess, and he's coming back to how he used to be, as far as, in my eyes, as far as a dope spitter. And then I think he did pretty good in this one here. Him and Kj-52 and Dre Murray, I think both kind of complimented one another on this one here. So it was a dope song. It's a cool song. I rock with it. But I think, and there's only 8 songs now, but I think, there's a song here called, it's called "Give Me That Chicken." And it's funny, like, so once again, going back to what I said about the first song, if you don't know who Kj-52 is, you will find, like, the first song, you're like, oh my gosh, he's white guy trying to act black. Far from the case. But this song here, though, you will be like, wait, what now? Because of the fact you don't know about the Mountain Dew song or the minivan song, or you don't know about, you know what I'm saying, the video games and the 100 rappers, 100 R&B singers, or whatever. You don't know about the fact that he's very versatile in his skills, and one thing he does also is has a lot of fun with his music. He doesn't take it too serious, which goes back to the point about Shot About being depressed, because he's always having fun. But anyways, and so in this song, Give Me the Chicken, he's talking about Chick-fil-A. Basically just at the beginning he's praying, just thanking God really for the chicken, which, you know, it's funny, right? The reformed in me was almost offended that he would go that far, but I had to think about the fact that, man, I have literally taken bites of Chick-fil-A and be like, yo, Lord, man, praise your name for this chicken. Like, it is that good, you know what I'm saying? Well, I was like, Lord, thank you. So I didn't take that personally or take that offensively, but it's funny though. But yeah, it's a funny song, man. But it's short though. It's not as long as the other ones. He didn't go into full detail, and I would love to see this as a commercial. Love to see him and Chick-fil-A hook up for this, and I think that'd be dope. But yeah, overall, like I said, the album, I think I said the title of the album. If not, it's called What It Happened Was. And so, dope album. Not the dopest album, not the Blaze of Summer album, but a good. I'm gonna say good album. It's a good album. One that I appreciate, one that I respect as a heavy hip hop fan that I am. Yeah, I like it. I like the album, man. But that's it, man. My 2 cents on it. But one thing I don't do in all my videos, and it never crosses my mind. I think I made mention about it before, and I don't know. Some people say I need to start doing it, so I guess I'm gonna start doing it. But I never want to be this YouTube guy where you're always begging folks to hit subscribe and like. I don't want to annoy cats, because it kind of annoys me at times when cats do that. But this is where we are. So if you like this video, man, please like, subscribe it, share it with whoever you want to share it. I don't know how to do the whole tagging thing just yet, so bear with me, but please show Kj-52 this, you know what I'm saying? I hope he takes it in love and stride, please, no disrespect. But yeah, man, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe, share it, do all your thing, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, y'all, Grace.